Welcome to this deviceTRUST how-to session. In this video, we're going to focus on differentiating corporate devices from bring your own devices with deviceTRUST. This video focuses on the administrative side of things, which means that we're going to look at the deviceTRUST console, see how to configure a context, and add the properties for your corporate devices. Many of our customers want to separate corporate devices from bring your own devices and apply certain policies to either of them. Now in this demo we are going to take it simple and we are just focusing on differentiating Windows devices and IGEL devices. So we're going to take them as examples, and for Windows devices we're going to look at, are they domain joined, what is their domain SID. For IGEL devices we're going to look at the UMS server and the UMS server that is presented by the device. Now this is just an idea on how to identify your devices. You can do it in many other ways in devices as well, but we feel that these properties are very valid for identifying your devices in a non-manipulatable way. Over to the deviceTRUST console, we can see that I already created a context with the name corporate device. Opening the context, we see that it's already configured to identify Windows and IGEL devices and that already properties have been added, and I'll walk you through which properties we use and how the context works. The concept of contexts in deviceTRUST is that they usually have one value that they can report back. Every context starts with a default value. In that case, it would be unavailable if a client logs into our environment and no data can be evaluated. White boxes in context represent checks of one or the other kind. If a device logs on, deviceTRUST will run through all those checks and see if they can be evaluated well. So looking at our context, this now means that if a device accesses, the first check would be local deviceTRUST connected equals true, which means can our deviceTRUST agent actually talk to the deviceTRUST client extension on the device? The next check would be, hey OS, are you a Windows OS? If you are a Windows OS, are you joined to a domain? You could also edit this check and add Azure AD configuration as well, but we'll keep it simple here. And the next check would be, are you member of some domain? And we use the domain SID here for even more granular controls. And if this is all true, so if you are accessing with a Windows device that's joined to a domain and that has your domain ID in there, then the value of that context will be true. If one of the checks in the Windows sequence will not report it true, then our checks will move over to the right, so to say, check if it's an IGEL device next. And for IGEL, we always use the UMS server identification, where you can use IP addresses, multiple IP addresses. You can use FQDNs, of course. So you would insert the names or IP addresses of your UMS servers that manage your IGEL devices here. And for additional security, you could, for example, also add the UMS certificate thumbprint in here to be even more secure that the IGELs are not only managed by UMS, but also are actually managed to have a proper up-to-date certificate. And again, if all those checks are true, so if you're coming from an IGEL device that is managed by your UMS and the IGEL device does present the correct certificate, then again, the context would report back true. Again, if one of those IGEL checks does not have the desired outcome, our context will move over to the right and there is only one value that can be reported back, which is false, which means our accessing device is not a corporate managed device. To sum things up, this context we now created can report back three different values. 1, unavailable if we can't get any data. 2, true if we know the device is our device, and false if the device is not our device. Now you can use that context information in any action that deviceTRUST supports. If you want to know more about the actions we can execute and all the controls inside deviceTRUST, please check our other videos. Well, thank you for checking out today's how-to session. If you want to know more about the things we saw today or any other configurations that you can implement with deviceTRUST, please send us an email, contact us via Twitter, head over to the website to get more information, or reach out to us in any other way. We are very happy hearing from you. Have a good day.